Hello folks, this is Steve AB for you. What I'm going to do here is attempt a recreate that occurred on my other machine, because I'd like to demonstrate something that happens over and over and over again. I'm going to show you a specific example, but it happens over and over and over again. The only thing Google wants is more money, no matter how they get it. Everything else is not even secondary, it's tertiary. So I put into Google search Reuters, Reuters News Agency. So here's their front page. And I started scrolling down, looking at the article titles. Amazon says AWS cloud services back to normal after outage disrupts businesses and other things worldwide. Worldwide. Oh, you didn't know that the Amazon cloud stuff was as big as the stuff they sell you? So I'm scrolling down, looking at occasional articles. Oh, the Louvre. I've been to the Louvre, 1966. So I kept scrolling, looking for something that I might be interested to read. Going way down. Way down. And I paused here, looking at what the trash was. See, I'm looking at what the trash is. Once an idle Tunisian protest hotspot. You know, I just put up a video about the Moroccan Gen Z sissies. This must be related in a certain way. Once an idle Tunisian protest hotspot Gabes, 1966, in traveling across North Africa, I joined with the Land Rover sales group headed by Colonel LeBlanc at El Zium, which has got a Roman amphitheater from way back. And as we headed south toward Libya on that road, we passed through Gabes. It's a city on the sea, it's a seaport. So it attracted my eye. I've actually been, not stopped in, been through Gabes. Hotspot Gabes, now an environmental nightmare. Now it's actually down in the southern part of Tunisia, which is semi-desert and all desert as you get closer to the Libyan border. So it says here, beneath a smog-choked sky, the once glistening waters of Gabes in southern Tunisia run dark with rust-colored streaks. Trees are dying, fish vanishing, and a suffocating stench infuses the air. Okay, and you can see there's some kind of industrial plant over here. I'm not going to enlarge that. And here's the beach with the junk on it. So just now we're going to do the recreate. So then I highlighted Gabes in southern Tunisia. Right click, search Google for that phrase. AI overview comes up. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the maps. So I click on maps. And it did exactly what it did on the other machine. The only thing that drives all of this is how much money we can get out of you. Gabes, G-A-B-E-S, possessive, discount store, discount chain stocking brand name apparel, shoes and accessories for adults and kids, plus houseware. I've actually been in a Gabes store someplace, but the point is, what's that got to do with the search phrase Gabes in southern Tunisia? The search is Gabes in southern Tunisia, and presumably everything here is related to that. Let me click News. Violence erupts during air pollution protest as anger boils in Tunisia's phosphate belt. There you go. Fertilizer plant. That's what the problem is. Tunisians rattle for closure of chemical factory blamed for spikes in poisonings. Okay? That's good. Images. These are Gabes. That's what it looks like in southern Tunisia. But I didn't click on shopping. I clicked on maps. And I got a retail store here in North Carolina that is not the same word, not the same spelling, except to stupid AI, because it didn't used to do this stuff years ago back. This is AI, and it's driving, because every time you do this and they come up and show you this, that company pays a few pennies. They have I'll bet you, they've got a contract. They subscribe. Any opportunity you can to just casually show somebody this. It's right next to a Food Lion. And there's a Biscuitville here. And it's on South Main Street. South Main Street where? Let's take a look. In Gabes, Tunisia? No, it's in North Carolina. They know I'm in North Carolina. They're selling North Carolina. Lowe's Foods of Kernersville, North Carolina. The maps is prostitution. Do you understand that? The map system is prostituted. Otherwise, they would have shown me. Do you understand what I'm getting at? Do you doubt that I'm correct about this? There's Winston-Salem. Oh, wait a minute. Is the nearest Gabes to me, here's High Point, Archdale, Trinity. There's Salisbury. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They're hiding. Oh no, there it is. There's Asheboro. And there's Gabes. Gabes, Bridgeford Parkway, Greensboro. Gabes, Peters Creek Parkway, Winston-Salem. Gabes, South Main Street, Kernersville. Gabes Plaza Parkway, Lexington. Now there isn't one in Ramseur, and there isn't one in Asheboro. So what they're doing is they're showing me all the ones that have a prostituted spelling similarity. Prostituted spelling similarity. So what happens if I take that out? I didn't try that. They put it back in. Now they're showing it to me with the apostrophe in it, which is possessive. Now, Gabes in, I'm typing it, Southern Tunisia. It says Gabes in, wait a minute, Southern Tunisia. Let me get it. Gabes in Southern Tunisia. Now what it's, now wait a minute. Okay, we almost got it. If I misspelled the word Southern, it still shows me this. Let me take the N out. Yeah, but if I correct it with the N, now it says Southern Gabes Toll Plaza C107 El Medou. Now it's going to show me something in Tunisia. Betcha. Ah, I got it. How did I know it was going to actually jump to Tunisia? Because of the El Medou. Tunisia. The L part is a frequent L or al. It means the, exalted. Mickey's Farm, Garden. Let's switch the map. It says it's a toll plaza. Oh, there weren't any toll roads in Tunisia when I was there in 1966. This is great progress. There's Gabes. I told you it's on the ocean. Here's the Southern Toll Plaza. So the A1, hang on, let's see if there's a street view. No, there's no street view. What's the Sadeh Mini Foot Playground? They're paying for it too. Yeah, Google Maps is a prostitute for money first and beyond anything else by 100 miles. But the LMEDOU is spelled differently here. And the reason why they do that is that they have to franchise it, Francais, they have to make it readable for international postage reasons and the internet, because the internet is based on Latin alphabet primarily. But the transliteration is a little different than this. Now let's find out what the Arabic actually says. So it's it's a literal translation of an idiom in southern Tunisian Arabic. It's a soccer field. They call it football, foosball. Hang on. So now we'll take the Arabic, just for fun, and we'll go to the translator, and we'll paste it in here, and it's Arabic, and it's Aspire Park Stadium Gabes. The Arabic's got it exactly right. The Google Maps is really shit. In shitification. It's in shitification AI. You'll pardon me, folks. Now, this place is so important that there's no street view. Now, let's see if Gabes is got a street view, and then that'll be it. Sunset Coffee Lounge, La Terrace Lounge, Festival Hall, Historical Landmark, Point Piétonnier de la Corniche. Can you tell they have a French heritage in there too? So there's a picture for that spot. Now let's see if there's a street view. Let's switch over to this layer. Remember, it's actually a desert area. Now, do you see what it looks like? Let's see if there's a street view. There's no street view, but they have a picture for this. Probably because somebody's, oh, there's a picture of the beach. And they're claiming that this is all been, all right, now wait a minute now. Let me try one more thing. Now I'm doing this in Google Maps. You can see that they were listing tourist businesses. You can understand why tourist businesses would register. Restaurant La Luna Italian Gabes. Hotel Gabes. Étoiles. Étoiles means sleep. Oh, Étoiles, 412 is the name of the street. Polygon Cafe Lounge. So it is or was a vacation spot. But now it's polluted, right? Mykonos Cafe, that's a Greek name. So it's very international. Why wouldn't people come from Greece, go right across the Mediterranean diagonally and vacation there, get away from Greece? Greek exiles. Now, if you look at it this way, it's desert, semi-desert. There's no agriculture. You don't see any fields, right? Satellite view. It's a highly populated city, but you don't see any farm fields. I've been there. Nothing's changed. And here's the Northern Gabes Toll Plaza. And that's got a picture of some kind. Now wait a minute. Phosphate plant Gabes. Now remember, we've just spent 10 minutes on Gabes part of the map. I'm not going to say Tunisia. Gabes. Phosphate plant Gabes. There it is. And there's a picture of it. Usine d'acide phosphoric. It's a plant that makes phosphoric acid, which is a large-scale industrial chemical used for a lot of things. Metals, that's right, in the metal industry and agriculture, making fertilizer. And we can see that. Now, there's the satellite view. You can tell it's an industrial plant by this stuff right here. Now, I'll relate this to Mexico. Watch. You're going to learn something about everything that is the same everywhere in the world. It's next to the docks. So they took up beach area. This is the docking, this is the port. And the only reason they have the port there is for the industries right there that would load their stuff onto ships and sell it internationally. Because you wouldn't have a plant like that in Tunisia. There's no way Tunisia would be able to absorb it. And for bulk carriers, given the way the roads are in North Africa, at least in 1966, it would be easier to pump it into phosphoric acid into a container ship and have it go to Egypt or have it go to Algeria or France or whatever, which would be the main customers. Now, we have this phosphate plant that's poisoning the air. In the only civilian neighborhoods in that part of the northern southern desert of Tunisia. Now, I said I'm going to relate it to Mexico. Let's see if Google remembers. Mexican president signs decree to close refining plant, to close petroleum refining refineries in Mexico City, 1992. Excuse me, 1991. There was no decree to close petroleum refineries in Mexico City in 1992. But President Carlos Salinas ordered the closure of the 18 de Marzo refinery in Mexico City in 1991 due to severe air pollution. See, I was in Mexico right next to the DF at that time. That's why I can make the connection. But you see how I'm connecting it to what the news article is about, the phosphate plant that's killing the people in Gabes, Tunisia. The more things change, the more they remain the same. The refinery was shut down on the 18th of March, 1991 as a major effort to combat smog and its health impacts on the city's, Mexico City, city's residents. Reason for closure, the primary reason was to combat the severe air pollution in Mexico City. Mexico City is up at 10,000 feet. It sits in a volcanic bowl. So if you've got pollution in here, the wind can't carry it away. There had been rumors that the daily air pollution reports in the newspapers were being fudged. They were running near the top of the scale, and people were believing that in fact it was off scale, but the government or somebody was forcing the newspapers to lie and change the number, or whoever was doing the reporting to the newspapers. The full story is that with the decree, he sent the army to the refineries and padlocked the gates and told them it's over, closed forever now. And no amount of bribes will get them open. Because the death rate was accelerating. The pollution-related death rate in the city was accelerating. And it was past the time to take money under the table. Do you understand that? I wonder how it's going in Gabes, Tunisia these days. I was there. The AI doesn't know. They sent the army. They padlocked the gates. They said, it's closed. Period. And if you think this didn't rule Mexico, I could tell you some stories that people who were personally involved in knowing about it could tell. It told me. But we know that with the new president there, all these years later, 30 or 30-something years later, none of that happens anymore today, right? Not in Mexico, and not in Tunisia. They're very sophisticated, almost as sophisticated as Washington, D.C., and those NGOs that are sponsoring. Oh, I'm off the topic. The No King's Day with a couple $100 million of payoffs for professional rioting. Oh, protesting. Pardon me. Okay? So back to the prostitution aspect. I do a Google search. The other tabs get it right, but the moment you go to Google Maps, they're looking for money. Because if they show this, they have a contract, they can bill them for a couple of cents, and that's how they make their billions. Steve A. before you. Just an idiot running his mouth. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Saying C with 73.